What's going on there, guys? We back with another one. And today I want to talk a little bit about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark in this Rookie of the Year race. And it's been extremely close. I have some glowing things to say about both of them. Caitlin Clark figuring out that this isn't Iowa, and she does have other capable players. Getting that two-man game with Aaliyah Boston, you'll see them a lot of times on the same side of the court. Kelsey Mitchell, being the sniper that she is, has two other All-Stars on her team. I think Kelsey had made one previous out of her 6 seasons, and Aaliyah obviously made it last year, her rookie year. So she has a lot of talent around her. It's just about utilizing them and growing together, figuring each other out, and learning how to fit with the team, but also stand out. You got Angel Reese and those rebounds, man. Angel Reese reminds me of like a Kevin Garnett, if you were comparing it, to the men's game, as far as her intensity level, her rebounding, talking on defense. It's almost a wonder that she don't get more blocks, but she does make up for that because she has so many steals. She's a top, in that category, one of the top players in the WNBA with thefts, and that's big. And I think both of these players have come in and did what they had to do. It's been a lot of conversation, but if one would have fizzled out or one would have been playing exponentially better than the other one and it wasn't even comparable, then that would have hurt, because the conversation around the two would have subsided, and that's who all eyes is on right now. But I think the fact that this is a close rookie race, it's time to start talking about who's going to get it, right? Because we right near the All-Star break, and one's in 7, one is in 8, and that's going to fluctuate. The standings are so close, we're going to see that probably change over and over again unless some team gets hot and kind of create some separation. And that could be a tool. I don't think if one is in 7 or one is in 8, it matters as much as if a team gets up to like 6 or 5 or even 4, in the standings. If they just catch a ball of lightning and get home court, then you would kind of have to look at that team and say, yeah, they might be the favorite. But I did this video because Rachel Nichols and Monica McNutt have been accused in the comment sections of taking a racial position on who is Rookie of the Year. And I'm going to play what they say right now, and I'll be back with my thoughts. Let's peep.
To me, Caitlin Clark is the Rookie of the Year right now. She has impacted winning in a bigger way than anyone else in this rookie class. She leads all rookies in 4 or 5 of the stat categories, and her team is on pace to finish a lot better this year than it did last year, meaning she has impacted the overall state of the team, whereas Angel Reese's Sky right now are not on pace to improve. So I look at all of those things. All that being said, Angel Reese has been so impressive this year so far. Those double-doubles, we can't sleep on the record that she just set. First of all, anytime you pass Candace Parker in anything, that is an accomplishment. But also, it's the fact that it was back-to-back. So that consistency, that showing up for her team is part of the reason that Angel Reese is a worthy candidate to talk about for Rookie of the Year. I would just pick Caitlin Clark at this point.
I have said this all season, BC. My Rookie of the Year is going to go based on the standings.
Okay.
Because I think that is how you have the opportunity to measure impact.
And the sky's right above them.
And the Sky right now are in the playoffs, so you'd have to give the nod in my mind to Angel Reese. Look, the double-double streak that she's rocking and rolling, chasing down, 12 double-doubles to start is the record that spanned over 2 seasons. She's already gotten to 11. I think when you sit back and you look at what's around her, head coach Teresa Weatherspoon in her first year, there's not another #1 draft pick on that roster currently. There's not another All-Star on that roster currently from years past. Indiana, they are building blocks.
Yeah.
Aaliyah Boston, Rookie of the Year, #1 pick last year. Obviously, Caitlin Clark this year. Kelsey Mitchell has had big-time seasons over the course of her career. So there's more there in terms of the supporting cast around Caitlin, but both of them have been incredibly impressive. And I think those odds don't really indicate how close this race is.
Yeah, I love it. To me, I go back to like when Bird and Magic were first in the NBA. This is kind of what we got going on right now in the W.
For sure. It's fantastic. Obviously, the games between the two of them are the highest rated. So you got to give each their requisite credit due in that one. And I got to say, of both of them, I have so much respect. The eyeballs are as big as they've ever been, and they are showing up and entertaining. Both have exceeded my expectation in their rookie season, for sure.
So I agree with both of their commentary to some degree. I have a slightly different take, than both of them. I feel like when they talk about how both has impacted winning, you look at the Indiana Fever, and it's self-explanatory right now. If it stopped today, they would be in the playoffs. That's a big, big step in the right direction after the addition of Caitlin Clark. You look at the Chicago Sky, and they say that, they aren't on pace to finish with a better record than they had last year, but it's been a lot of overhaul on that roster. And Angel Reese has come in, and her scoring has translated to the WNBA in a way sooner than a lot of people thought. They didn't think she would be averaging around 14, 15 a game. In the 12 boards and this record that she's on, a lot of people didn't see that, but I could see the rebounds, right away. But her offense is ahead of schedule, and she's even implemented knocking down 2-3 balls the other night. So you could definitely see the work and the progression there. Caitlin Clark is getting her turnovers down as she gets chemistry with the young ladies on her team, and realizing that this is an hour where we don't need all those 40-footers all game. But, you still keep that a part of your game, but you do it within the game. And they both are learning that. And as far as Monica saying that Caitlin has more, Aaliyah Boston is a low down low. But if you look at someone like Camila Cardoso, we're not going to act like she didn't get, on top of Angel Reese, she's getting one of the top bigs from a Don Staley coach team. Yeah, it may not say all-star beside her name, and nor should she make it yet, but that's Camila Cardoso at the end of the day. And we expect her to trend towards that way as her career progresses. And Kennedy Carter, I don't care what it says, she's an all-star, clearly. And we know, like, all-star voting, popularity of Caitlin Clark and all that goes into it. But if you look at Kennedy Carter's game, she's one of the best guard. I call her AI when she plays, because she reminds me like how quick she is and how easy it is for her to get by her man. She's like the female Allen Iverson. So we're not about to sit up here and act like she's not an all-star caliber player. That's just a fact, watching the game. So yeah, it's cool that it says they're in the all-star game, but we also know Kennedy Carter is an all-star level player. And this isn't just to try to even it up for nobody. It's just if you're watching the games, that's an all-star caliber player, period. I think what both said is fair, but if you look at what Rachel went through with Maria Taylor at ESPN, is why a lot of people saying what they saying about her take as far as Caitlin Clark. And you look at Monica McNutt and the whole thing with Stephen A. Smith a few weeks ago, the public perception of Monica McNutt kind of changed in that moment. You got some people really riding with Monica even harder now. And you got some people that's been turned off from Monica based off of that interaction with Stephen A. Smith about Caitlin Clark, the coverage of the WNBA and all that. But all in all, I think their takes are fair. And we got to say, Monica McNutt appeared on, Ball Don't Lie podcast, I want to say. And she said if Caitlin finishes with a better record, then she has hers Rookie of the Year. So we got to be fair and say that. I just wanted to comment on some of the things I've been seeing over the last few days after Monica's tape, and then today after Rachel Nichols' tape. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, though. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.